So hopefully we can celebrate your kids and do that in a timely manner and get everybody home safe this evening. So welcome for coming, or thank you for coming. It's been a long day. Tonight is our high school spring concert. We're going to feature several things tonight: our jazz band, our percussion ensemble, and then our band. We're going to celebrate some of our successes this evening and recognize some outstanding kids. And not that they're not all, but some exceptions to the rule there for sure. So again, thanks for being here. We're going to open our concert with the Wardog Jazz and Mr. Morris.
Thank you so much. That first tune we just played for you is called Dry Roast. It's by Mark Taylor. I want to just take a second to recognize our soloist in that. On the piano, we had Sebastian Horn. On tenor sax, we had Ronan Lamb. And on the trombone, we had Mr. Tyler Coach. Thank you. Our next tune for you is titled God Bless the Child. It's a tune by Billie Holiday. It's an arrangement by Victor Lopez, I do believe. And this previous song and this song here, I'm sorry, it was by San Francisco. The previous song and this song, and also the tune at the end of the concert for the jazz band, is a program of songs that we took to festival this year and also to state jazz. So I just want to take a second just to say that we had a very successful year with Wardog Jazz, getting superior ratings at both OSU and at State Jazz Festival. Yeah. And I did just want to mention very briefly that the State Jazz superior rating was the first time ever that Miami has taken a jazz band to the state level. And so that is kind of a historic moment for us. So we're very excited. Anyways, I'll keep going, try not to talk too much. Like I said, this next tune is God Bless the Child, and it does feature Tyler Coach on trombone again. Thank you. do want to take just another moment of your time to give a award here. I have one senior in the class, Mr. Tyler Coach, who just played trombone for you. And I do want to take a minute to just talk about him and recognize him for his talent and his gift and his hard work that he's contributed and put into this organization, into this group. He clearly has a passion for music and a love for it, and he shows it on his instrument. And he's very talented. And I appreciate him very much because he's always been a solid leader in his section. And he's done everything that he's supposed to do as a first chair trombone player in the jazz band. And because of that, I wanted to recognize him with the Louis Armstrong Award. So, Tyler, come up here, please. Now Tyler's going to give a speech. Yeah. Okay, our next tune has a special guest. If you look over at the piano, you'll notice Spider-Man has joined us. So, forgive us for indulging a little humor. This next tune is Theme from Spider-Man. one more for you. That was featuring Sebastian Horn, also known as Spider-Man. I hear if you give him $1, he'll do a backflip. And that was also featuring, again, Rhoda Lamb on the tenor sax. We have one more tune for you this evening. It's titled Bill Chase's Get It On. This one actually is arranged by Victor Lopez, so that's the one I got wrong. We have, I believe, 4 soloists on this. Sebastian Horn again, this time on guitar, Rhoda Lamb on tenor sax, Tyler Coach on trombone, and Casey Riley on the trumpet. So thank you so much for listening to us tonight. This is our last tune for you. this is our high school percussion ensemble. Today we'll be playing Free Rider for You. We did take this to district and state level and received superior ratings in it. So just wanted to kind of showcase these students that work so hard. And here we go, thank you. Thank you. I promise this is the last time I'm going to touch the microphone. We're going to take a brief intermission just to reset the stage so our high school band can then take over. So give it just a moment.
All right, we're going to get started with the high school band. Move over here so I don't have an accident later. Before we get started, I wanted to kind of recap the year for you guys with us. Many of you were with us during those times, but some of you maybe not, so with grandparents and different things. So I wanted to just basically cap the marching season that we had. We went to Ulaga marching contest at the beginning of the year. It was kind of a growing year for us. I want you guys to see something. If you're a freshman, stand up. So, yes. They have been an incredible asset. They are a perfect picture of our growing program. Tomorrow night is our junior high, and there are ants everywhere. So it's very, very cool to see them. But so we had kind of a young start, so not necessarily scoring as high as we maybe had hoped. But most importantly, we went to our regional marching contest for OSSAA and received superior ratings there. So that's the most important thing. And then for the first time in my tenure here, we were able to go to Maple Leaf. Usually Maple Leaf, which is in Carthage, is held on our fall break. And we were looking for a different contest, and I'll explain that later. Anyway, we were able to, because of our fall break was later this year, we were able to go to Maple Leaf. So that was a new experience for us. The kids did really, really well. They scored third in their class, percussion was top in their class, and they ended up sixth overall out of like 25 bands. So very excited for them. And that's of all classes when you end up final like that. So anywhere from a 2A to a 6A. So we felt pretty great about finishing our season there. And then our concert season hasn't been anything but the usual, which is what we like in the band room for sure. We went to district in March, right before spring break, and did district qualifying for state and received superior ratings in both concert and sight reading. And this year we went to state contest in Ada, just the week, literally 4 days after spring break, to our state contest. The students did very well. They got straight ones on stage, and that we ended up with excellence in sight reading, but that did qualify them for the OSSAA Outstanding Achievement Award, so we're very proud of them. It's been a very great season collectively, and so we're going to open our concert with a piece called Rhythms and Riffs. do we have group things, but we also have things that we would consider an individual sport in our craft. So we had several students participate in solo and ensemble, in honor band, and so we're going to recognize some of those kids right now. So if our freshmen honor band students if you guys would just stand up where you're at, that would work. Drew Flatter, Braden Kendall, and Blake Frazier are our freshmen. Our high school jazz concert band, we have Madison Wright, Paige Harrison, Caden Whited, Cadence Frazier, Casey Riley, and Tyler Coach. And then in high school jazz district, we had Casey Riley, Tyler Coach, and alternates Ronan Lamb and Jacob Sanda. And then we participated in a new activity this year, not new to the state, but new to Mrs. Harris. We did Small School All-State, which is only 2A through 4A students that audition for a Small School All-State band. And this year, I'm glad to say, we had 2 actually participate in an alternate. Our alternate was Cadence Frazier on trumpet. And then Casey Riley and Tyler Coach, and they were both first chair in the state. And then Cadence, just stay there. Okay. So for the first time since 2016, we had an all-stater in the OKMEA, Oklahoma Music Educators, which is 2A through 6A. So it's the first time since 2016 we've had an all-stater, and this year, first time in history, we've ever had 3 at a time. So Casey Riley was in the wind ensemble on French horn, and Cadence and Tyler were both in the symphonic band, Tyler on trombone and Cadence on trumpet. This evening, it's rhythm. I didn't mean that on purpose, but it happened, so we're going to do it. So this is actually an area that we have worked to develop this year. As it started as a weakness, it's getting better. We still have room, but we are getting better. So this next piece, we use some unconventional instruments. We use some pencils and music stands. So, rhythm stand. recognize an outstanding student or two from each class. So this year, I'd like to recognize our outstanding freshman, Blake Frazier. And Drew Flatter. Our outstanding sophomore is Madison Wright. And our outstanding juniors, Casey Riley and Cadence Frazier. I get to spend a lot of time on the road with these honor band kids, and a couple weekends away with Casey and Tyler and Cadence, and they're great people too. That's always a plus when you don't have to, you never have to worry about them, and they're just really neat humans. So parents, congrats to that. Each year, Mr. Morris gave away the Louis Armstrong Award. That's actually a national award. It's forever memorialized in our band room, but it's also on a national registry. And so eventually Tyler will be able to go back and say, hey, yeah, that was me 100 years ago. We like all doing that, us old people, for sure. So, and this year's John Philip Souza Award to our most outstanding senior, Tyler Coach. This is John Philip Souza. All right, the next piece we're going to play for you is one of the pieces that we did at state contest this year, and it depicts a rainstorm. So hopefully we hear some of this later tonight, maybe not all the extra bells and whistles that might be coming, but anyway, Rain by Brian Baumages. The next and last group we'd like to recognize this evening is our seniors. If they've made it here, they've made it through 7 years of Mrs. Harris. 3, or I think 6 with Mr. Morris, and we're finishing 3 wonderful years with Mr. Harrison as well. But that means that they've been through 4 band camps, which is fun and not fun. That been through 4 marching seasons, again, fun and not fun. They've been through 4 contest seasons, and they've made it. They've made it to the end here. They're going to walk across the stage on Friday, and they all have neat things in store for each and every one of them. The fact that they've made it this far means that they have tenacity. It means that they are able to make a commitment and see it through. And in my opinion, those are some, they're fine commodities that we don't see throughout all of our students. So it gives me great pleasure to recognize our seniors. If you guys would come up here for me. Sarima Wells, Anna Maria Rode, Caden Whited, Keegan Lane, Tyler Coach, Charles Anderson, Hayden Hildebrand, Chloe Blanc, Nick Hernandez, and Destiny Stiles. In lots of my years, I have struggled with what to part with them. You hope that you give them all the words of wisdom that you can to press them forward, but as far as a token. And as most of you know, my husband is a former Marine, my father was in the United States Navy, my sister and brother-in-law were in the United States Army. So military is very ingrained in our family, in all of our traditions. And so one of the things that's really neat about the military, they have these things called challenge coins. And they often commemorate certain things, maybe their unit, maybe a job well done from a higher ranking officer. It could be any number of things. But anyway, several years ago, I had a challenge coin made for our Wardog seniors. And so tonight, I'm going to present them with their coin. And on one side, it has a Wardog, and on the other side, it has our Eyes of Pride and our band in. And so I hope that as the years go by, that they take heed in that coin. They find a lot of pride in that coin. Hopefully it finds someplace important in their future where they can look back on that and know that they did an awesome thing. So, hang on. So, I hope that you guys look on this coin. On one side it says Wardog Band, Eyes of Pride. And I hope you look back on this and find pride in your participation. Congratulations.
So every year, the seniors, it's like tradition to give Miss Harris a gift. I think last year they just gave them gift baskets, and the year before they got her a stool. It's a really nice stool, by the way.
it's still in the works. We've made arrangements. We should be able to get it to her by the end of the week. So Keegan Lane decided to get a placeholder bid.
It's a pineapple! We love you, Miss Harris.
Think of it like we're like growing, like the pineapple's gonna grow, like the band grew with the pineapple. That's our thought.
They clearly don't know me. Everything I plan dies, so I'm very bad at it. So anyway, thanks guys. All right, we're gonna close our concert this evening with a piece called Urban Dances. If you could, close your eyes while we play this, and I want you to picture an urban area. I want you to picture city streets, traffic. You're actually going to hear sirens being played by the saxes and horns, like emergency vehicles, and just all kinds of things related to the city. So we'll close our concert. I do want to thank the Coleman Theatre for the wonderful use of our facility and our weird hours. We move in the night, as most of you know, and early mornings, and so we appreciate you putting up with our early morning this morning, and then the time change this evening. So I also want to thank our administration. Miami High School, Miami Junior High right now has the best administration of any that I've worked for. So I know Mrs. Whitehill is here. Miss Bevis is also here. Thank you guys for being here. And Mr. Baldridge had a family event this evening, but we want to make sure we recognize him as well. So we thank you guys for putting up with us and supporting us in everything that we do. Parents, we can't do it without you. And we know you listen to things in the early years and think, what have I done? Maybe in the late years too. You get them here early in the morning, you pick them up in the wee hours of the night, and we can't do it without you. So we're forever grateful for the Fraser pancakes and fajitas, and all those of you who camp with us on Saturdays. But you're all welcome. It's really a great time if you ever get to do that with us. And then, last but not least, my staff, Mr. Morris, and Mr. Harrison. He's probably off enjoying the concert somewhere. But they're probably standing outside telling jokes. Are you coming? Yeah, Mr. Morris is celebrating. Oh, Mr. Harrison's on the front row down there. So you guys are invaluable to me and this program. So thank you.